Contestants have drawn their speaking positions. The contestants have been briefed on the rules according to Toastmasters International. It is now my honor and privilege to announce the speaking order for the evaluation contest. Our first contestant, and by the way, you do have a little area where you may mark these, so you may... Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to our test speaker. Sue Bowe. Kate's story. Kate's story. Sue Bowe.
Last year, between the months of April and November, 30 young children or infants died of hyperthermia as a result of being left in an overheated vehicle. Many of these deaths occurred in the southeastern quadrant of the United States, where temperatures are generally warmer. One of these deaths occurred in northern North Dakota, where the temperature that day only rose to 78 degrees. Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. There had been a change in 5-month-old Kate's normal household routine. And instead of her father taking her to daycare as usual, her mother would take her today on her way to work. You see, today was a special day. Kate's father was taking her 3-year-old sister Emma to the zoo for the very first time. Getting his little girls ready for their day, he buckled Kate safely into her car seat in the back of the family SUV. He kissed her goodbye, wished her a happy day, and then secured Emma in his pickup. And together, they left for their day at the zoo. Kate's mother finished the last of her morning coffee, ran a comb through her hair, and grabbed her car keys. She hopped into her SUV, and like so many multitasking moms, ran several errands before finally arriving at work. Normally, Kate's mom would go home for lunch at noon, but today, because she had an end-of-the-month report looming, she decided to work through her lunch hour. That evening, she drove to the daycare and walked in to pick up Kate, only to learn that Kate had not been dropped off that morning. And with horror, she realized that Kate was still in the back of her car. And within minutes, she learned that Kate had not survived those long, hot hours in that overheated vehicle. That day, Kate's parents' life was shattered. And that day, June 28, 2006, will be etched in my mind forever. Because you see, Kate was my granddaughter. Kate was my granddaughter. How could this happen? How could something like this happen? Bright, loving, caring, responsible parents don't forget that they have left a child in a car. That only happens to people that don't care. They're neglectful. They're abusive. They're probably high on drugs and alcohol. The truth is, less than 8% of these deaths are a result of the use of drugs or alcohol. A tragic set of circumstances led to Kate's death. First, her father usually took her to daycare, not her mother. Second, her mom usually went home for lunch at noon. Who knows if Kate was still alive at 12 o'clock that day. Third, It's a rule for the daycare to call when a child fails to arrive. There was a new caregiver that day that had not learned the ropes. No call was made. As a result of Kate's death, I have learned about a national nonprofit organization called Kids and Cars. Kids and Cars is dedicated to reducing death and injury to young children and infants in and around automobiles. Kids and Cars has been successful in introducing legislation that would make certain safety features standard on all automobiles. But it is much more difficult to fix forgetting that a child has been left in a car. And that is why Kids and Cars promotes its Sunshade campaign. The idea behind the Kids and Cars Sunshade is to leave it in the backseat of the car next to the child. When you arrive at your destination, you safely remove your child, and then you take the sunshade out of your car and you place it in the windshield of your car, virtually turning it into a billboard for child safety. Who knows? If my son or daughter had received one of these sunshades as a hospital-sponsored new baby gift, or perhaps a promotional gift from a daycare, maybe, just maybe, I wouldn't be standing here today telling you about my granddaughter, Kate. I need to share Kate's story with others in the St. Pete, Tampa, Clearwater area. And I need your help. If you know of or are affiliated with a group that you think would like to hear Kate's story and could support the Kids and Cars efforts, please see me at the end of the meeting today. And one more thing before I finish. This year, 2007, already 30 children have died of hypothermia after being left in an overheated vehicle. Imagine, if you can, for 1 minute, what the outcome might have been if their parents had received a Kids and Cars sunshade. Mr. Contest Master. But 1 year later, my granddaughter died. And suddenly, I have a mission. And I would not be here in front of you this afternoon, this morning, telling you about my granddaughter, Kate. It would still be tucked somewhere deep, deep, deep within my heart. It would not be out and about if it were not for Toastmasters. You guys are all fabulous.
Taking this message other than the local area? Have you gone out nationally and shared Kate's story with other clubs, organizations, civic
Thank
organizations?
you for that question. I am simply local at this point. I'm St. Pete, Tampa, Clearwater. I am looking to go national. I have actually been interviewed by Fox TV. They are spreading the word for me, and I am hoping that with my presentations, each and every time I give a presentation at a Toastmasters group or at a Rotary Club, somehow the perfect connection will be made and I can go national and stop infant deaths because of hyperthermia.
So what is the 3-minute elevator pitch that all of us can do and share with other people to help affect a grassroots effort to promote this awareness and promote your cause that you would like to share in conclusion?
I think, and thank you for that question, but I believe that that 3-minute elevator pitch was actually a 7-minute pitch that I gave about 10 minutes ago. We need to be aware that these horrible things happen. We need to alert new parents. How many of you here are parents or grandparents? Right, nearly everybody. How many of you would ever believe that you would forget your child in a car? One person thinks that could happen. That man is correct. Nobody thinks they're going to leave a kid in a car. Nobody thinks that. And so no parents are looking for high-tech safety features on car seats. They're not thinking about something like that. It needs to be mandated. Car seats must come with this technology so that in the off chance that you are my daughter-in-law, your name is Andrea, and you walk out of your car one morning and go to work, forgetting that your child is in that car, you will have technology in your keychain that will alert you and say, hey, Mom, guess what? The baby's still in the car. We need to get the message out to all people that are of childbearing age or all grandparents that are taking their kids to the beach or whatever. The message needs to be spread.
And thank you for sharing that message and spreading it out.
Thank you.
Fellow club members, honored guests, and Sue.